Hey guys, welcome back to Real Estate Informed, the channel that keeps you up to date on all things real estate. And in today's video, I'm going to do a part 2 to my video series of how to invest in an expensive market such as Seattle, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, anywhere where the cap rates or the cash on cash returns are not there or aren't high enough. How do you get creative? So in today's video, I'm going to discuss that.
Hey, my name's Kevin, and I've been in real estate for over 10 years. I'm a real estate broker, investor, and flipper. I also own my own real estate company, and I give you the real deal on real estate, not that fake stuff you see on TV. From the latest news in real estate to one of my recent projects or renovations. You'll see it all here on this channel from someone who's on the front lines, keeping you up to date on all things real estate.
Okay, so in the previous video I talked about finding a house with an unfinished basement, and when you do that you can finish the basement, add value, add square footage to the property. So in this video I want to talk about is buying a property that probably has a detached garage and converting that into a ADU. Now it's very important to know a couple of things. Zoning, please make sure that ADUs are allowed in the zoning that you buy the property in. Please make sure that you know the expenses associated with adding an ADU on a property. And what I mean by that is sometimes it can go anywhere from $60,000 to $200,000 to $250,000 depending on your city, depending on your construction, depending on what the city requires of you. Sometimes a $250,000 to $300,000 ADU addition is sometimes you can finish the bottom floor of that garage into an apartment, and you can actually add a floor. So if you could do that, that'll increase your property value drastically. So that's one way to be creative, is to add an ADU. It's just very important to know what to look for. The first thing that you want to look for in these type of properties is a detached garage. If you find a house with a detached garage, you basically want to look at the dimensions of the detached garage, how big it is, how small it is. You want to look for at least a minimum of 500 square feet. Look for plumbing. If there's plumbing in the detached garage, perfect. It helps you out. Once again, this adds to this is what makes or breaks you in the sense of a $50,000 ADU addition to a $200,000 ADU addition, as in, do you have to pull plumbing from the house to the garage to make it an ADU, or plumbing is already there. So that makes a huge difference. Drainage, there's certain surveys, how far the house is from the property. There's certain surveys you might have to conduct for permitting reasons. Once again, it depends on your city. So just be on the lookout for next time you see a property with a detached garage, you can think to yourself, maybe I can convert this to an apartment, and then you can kind of get that creative ball rolling and look into the city zoning ordinances and see what you can actually do. Are there other properties in the neighborhood with the ADU? Maybe you'll be the first, but it's worth a shot to ask, where somebody else might see that house and see that garage and just walk right past it and be like, no, it's too expensive. But hey, I could add value here. So that's just another way to be creative. Sometimes you do not have a detached garage, so look for homes that are in bigger lots, that have bigger lots compared to the rest of the neighbors. So maybe you have a potential to add an ADU. Once again, you got to check with your city and county to see if the zoning allows it. But sometimes you might not have a detached garage, but you got a big lot, so you might be able to put an ADU there, which means you're going to be building from scratch, which means you're probably going to look more at $100,000 to $200,000, but it'll add 2 units to the property. And especially if you're in a metropolitan area like Seattle, or it's somewhere close to surrounding areas of Seattle, affordable housing is a major issue. San Francisco, Chicago, New York, affordable housing is a major issue. So you'll definitely find renters, in those, units willing to pay, a good price for something like that. Versus, if you're way out in the woods, and you have an acreage with an ADU, it might be harder to find. I'm pretty sure you could find a renter. It might just not be as high of rent that you would anticipate versus a metropolitan area. So that's my video for today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Like and share, and I'll see you on the next video. I'll have a part 3 coming out in a couple days.